Alright guys, what's going on? Something very special that I've been waiting for months to get my hands on came in the mail. The NZXT Hue Plus Advanced PC Lighting System from NZXT. These things have been out of stock just about everywhere for the last couple months. I was finally able to grab one up, so I am going to go through, install it into my rig, and then do like a little demonstration of all the lights. As you can see, there is a previous LED kit that I had in my $1,100 Skylake rig. The rig is laying down, opened up. Got Molex hanging out. Everything is all disassembled. So I'm going to go ahead and set the camera up. We'll do a quick little unboxing of the Hue Plus and then get to installing it all. Stay tuned.
Let's open this thing up. I'm so excited that I was finally able to get one of these. I've been waiting for months, like I said. First thing you get is this, what's inside the box. Paperwork, setup, installation, instructions, all that. Don't need that.
Very nice presentation from NZXT. So this is actually two boxes. This one I'm assuming has the Hue base and Hue base and the LEDs in it. You get 4 strips, so you can set them up like really customize where you put them inside your case. And then the base, which is wrapped in plastic. It has channel 1, channel 2, micro USB in, and DC 5-volt power in. Pretty awesome.
And then on this side, just cables, and more cables. USB 2.0 to micro USB, so that you can control the 2 channels from inside of Windows. And then we have an extension cable. More extension cables. These are the ones that'll plug in actually to the, this will plug in to the Hue itself, to the Hue base. This one is more specifically to take 2 strips and, extend them. There's the other cable that plugs into the Hue. Some more extensions. Yeah, 3 more extensions, some zip ties, and then the 5-volt Molex power. And then also some screws to mount this to like a 2.5-inch drive bay, because it is the exact size of a 2.5-inch drive bay. And that is basically it. So
I'm going to figure out how I want to set this all up, where I want to put the LED strips, and I'm going to get everything all plugged in and ready to go, and I'll show you that at certain points along the way. Alright guys, so just a quick update. I get the Hue Plus box here. It's not mounted or anything, but I think I actually kind of like where this is positioned, so I might use some Velcro and just mount the Hue Plus block right there on the side of my power supply. I got the 2 channels running out. One of them comes up here along this edge, and a strip down at the bottom. And then I have the second channel. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. There's a strip going up that side and a strip going up along this top edge. So, but I think I like this right here. And the power's just, the cables all run out just like they're part of the power supply. And I can actually, cable tie those together and get a little management out of them. And then I'll be able to see that LED. The other option I came up with is mounting it in one of these 3.5-inch drive bays. But if I do that, it's going to be way at the back. I won't be able to see this LED on the top of the Hue Plus that lights up. And the cables are going to be a nightmare if I do it that way. So I think I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to go ahead and get this mounted down. Figure out which one of these USB 2.0 headers I'm going to steal. I'm probably going to take the one for the Corsair link, because I already have that all set up and it will remember its settings, so I can technically unplug that, and then if I need to plug it back in to make changes, I can just swap them out. and then reboot and make whatever changes I have to do, and then swap them out again. But yeah, so that's as far as I'm along here on the setup. And you can see that DC power cable is running underneath that drive tray to a Molex power connector that I have hidden under there. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this finish getting this wired up, mount this down, mount this here on the side of the power supply, and then I will be back. Alright, so the Hue Plus is fully installed, and once you get it all set up, plugged in, powered, and all that, the first thing you have to do is download the CAM software. This is a dashboard type app that NZXT uses to control all their products, from the Kraken line of CPU coolers right up to the Hue Plus. So when you open up CAM, you will see a Hue Plus tab up here in the top, and when you open it up the first time, this is what you'll see: the channel 1, channel 2, how many LED strips you have configured for each. Each one can handle up to 4 for a total of 8. And then the Hue Plus unit light, which is actually right here on the Hue Plus itself. I'm not sure if you can really see it, and excuse this disaster of cables back here. I had to bring the computer out into an area where I could film this a little better. So right now they're just at a solid fixed white. But I'm going to go through and show you guys all the different effects. So if you click on this button up here for configure LEDs, you can choose any of these different effects and apply to either channel 1 or channel 2 separately, or you can apply it to both channels. So if I just choose a marquee and then choose one of the profiles I made, this one is just it says black and white, but I changed it to red, so it's white and red, and it is at the slowest possible interval, and it's moving forward. So I'm going to apply this to both channels, and then you'll see the lights change. Now both of them are going forward from where I have them set up. I have them both entering the case at that same point down in that bottom corner over there. So it starts at that point and it runs forward. Now, alternatively, if I choose channel 1 and set that as forward, and then choose channel 2 and set it as backward, and then save changes, then it looks like it runs along the entire length of the case. So we have one moving in each direction. And then, since I just showed you how to apply separate modes to each channel, I'm just going to show you a demonstration of the rest of these effects really quick. So if you do breathing, I only have one channel selected. So this, is just your basic breathing effect. The LEDs come on and off. And then fading is a 3-color cycle. And it will just fade between whatever 3 colors you have selected. Marquee we already saw. Covering marquee. Then you get one solid, almost like background color, and then another color that will overtake it, essentially. Sometimes it takes a minute for the effects to take hold in the system. There we go. You see it's alternating between white and red. Then we have pulse. Let's put this one at the fastest, so you can really see what it looks like. It's almost like a strobe effect. And you can lower this interval so it's closer to almost like a fade. This one is one of my favorite here, Spectrum Wave. So this is going to be at a fast interval, and that just waves through all the different colors on the RGB spectrum. And then alternating is exactly what it sounds like. I have this white and red alternating pattern already set up. And then you can change this, you know, the speed of this one, and you can make it moving or persistent. If you uncheck that box and save it, it just blinks in the same position. I think moving looks a lot better. And then this one, I'm not sure if the camera will be able to pick this up, but this one is like the flicker of a candle. I'm not sure how well that's going to translate to the video. And then we have smart. This is just either can be your GPU temperature, your CPU temperature, or your current frame rate. So when the frame rate drops to about 20 frames, you'll go solid red, 100 frames blue. I actually thought I created, yeah. So I did like a green to red custom thing here. So you can see it changes. Let's open up hardware monitor real quick so we can see where the current temp is. Current temp right now is at 34. So you can see it's not quite green. Just kind of making its way to red there. And then the coolest, this custom side, I think I actually made, yeah, you can choose the color individually of every LED you have in your kit, and then you can have it either be fixed or breathing. So if we save changes on that, you can see it goes like rainbow colored based on the colors that are up top, and they breathe. And then what is arguably the coolest of all the features, let me just move this out of the way so I can find some audio to play. And then we'll choose our custom profile 1 and save changes. So you can see that it's basically just solid at this point, no lights. And then when we start the music,
motherfucking drop. The countdown has just begun. Are you ready? Let's go, 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 go. So we're back from the dead.
So that's basically it for the effects that are possible with Hue Plus. I'm going to set it back. My default. That is my default setup right there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. You can follow me on Twitter. You should be able to see that on your screen right now. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more updates, PC mods, reviews, unboxings, and things of that nature. Thanks for watching. Sworn Leader signing out.